Records are not just numbers on a scoreboard. They're big moments that make history, standing tall like landmarks that we look up to for years. Just like the 7 wonders of the world, cricket has its own amazing feats that leave us shaking our heads in disbelief. People say records are meant to be broken, but there are some milestones so incredible, they seem almost untouchable. Today, we dig into these unbeatable records that capture the true excitement of cricket. Whether it's an eye-popping batting average or a bowler's stunning collection of wickets, these records are in a league of their own. So get comfy, because we're about to take you on a roller coaster ride through the greatest moments in cricket, counting down the top 10 unbreakable cricket records. Buckle up, because you won't want to miss a second of this. 10. Don Bradman, Test batting average of 99.94. Alright, let's kick things off with Don Bradman, the guy who's pretty much the Michael Jordan of cricket. A batting average of 99.94 in Test cricket? Come on, that's like scoring straight A's in every subject, every year, your whole life. It's almost like he was playing a video game, and someone set the difficulty to easy. But let's be real, he was playing against the best bowlers in the world. This record has stood the test of time, and believe it or not, it's still talk of the town. 9. Rohit Sharma, 264 runs in an inning. Opening the innings for India against Sri Lanka, Rohit Sharma had a day that's etched in cricket history. He scored an astounding 264 runs off just 173 balls. Yeah, you heard that right, 264 runs. It's like he was in another realm, treating Sri Lankan bowlers as if they were mere background musicians to his extraordinary performance. Rohit took that second chance and turned it into a golden opportunity, smashing Virender Sehwag's previous record of 219 runs. This isn't just a gigantic score, it's a life lesson for all. When given a second chance, Rohit showed us how to hit it out of the park. 8. A.B. de Villiers, fastest 100 in just 31 balls. Now, when you think of quick runs, who comes to mind? A.B. de Villiers, of course. This guy has made bowlers sweat more than a hot summer day. Scoring a century in just 31 balls? That's not just fast, it's like time traveling fast. When he walked into the crease that day, it was like he had a plane to catch and wanted to wrap things up as quickly as possible. The bowlers? Well, they were just spectators in their own game. Seriously, it's hard to imagine anyone breaking this record anytime soon, and even harder to believe it actually happened. 7. Jim Laker, 19 wickets in a test. Jim Laker. What a legend. This English spinner was a puzzle that batters just couldn't solve, especially the Aussies. Yeah, you heard it right, he took those 19 wickets against Australia in 1956. What about that for a stat? His bowling figure was 68-27-90-19, and it's still hailed as the best bowling figure ever. Believe your ears, man, 19 wickets. That's almost 2 full teams sent back to the pavilion by one guy. And get this, he achieved this feat against one of the toughest teams around. So what does that tell you? The man didn't just bowl, he weaved magic spells with that ball. No one has even come close to breaking this record. It's like he set the bowling bar so high, it's almost out of reach for mere mortals. 6. Lasith Malinga, 4 wickets in 4 balls twice. Alright, next up is Sri Lanka's own Lasith Malinga. Buckle up, he did this incredible feat against South Africa and New Zealand. That's like catching lightning in a bottle, and then doing it again but in different continents. His signature move, the toe-crushing Yorkers, have shattered many well-set innings. Imagine facing that heat. It's like the cricket ball has its own GPS, programmed to hit the stumps every single time. Malinga's record will have bowlers scratching their heads for years, no doubt about it. 5. Mutia Muralitharan, 1357 wickets. Moving on, we can't talk about Unbreakable Records without bringing up the king of spin, Mutia Muralitharan. With a whopping 1,357 wickets, this guy's like the ultimate boss level in a video game for batsmen. What a marathon he has set for upcoming generations. The crazy thing is, years have passed since he retired, and nobody is even close to breaking his record. Every time he came to bowl, you could see batsmen second-guessing, twitching, basically wondering how to play him. Muralitharan wasn't just consistent, he was consistently extraordinary, setting a benchmark that might never be touched. For Yuvraj Singh, 50 from 12 balls. Who could forget Yuvraj Singh? This guy was a spectacle, especially against England in the T20 World Cup in 2007. Yuvraj made England's bowlers, particularly Stuart Broad, wish they'd called in sick that day. He blasted 6 sixes in a single over off Broad. But wait, there's more to this tale of astonishment. Yuvraj reached a half-century in just 12 balls. 12 balls. That's quicker than most of us can tie our shoelaces. It felt like he was playing a video game, and his cheat codes were his uncanny talent and audacity. Looking for a record that seems untouchable? Well, folks, you've found it. 3. Brian Lara, 400 * runs in Test cricket. Okay, next up is Brian Lara. Let's get this straight, the man scored 400 runs, not out, in a single Test innings. And the elegance. Watching Lara bat was like watching a ballroom dancer, graceful but deadly to opponents. He piled up 400 runs from 582 balls, a number that looks more like a high score in a video game than a real-life stat. When people talk about records that will never be broken, this one is usually said in a whisper, like it's some sacred relic. 2. Jacques Kallis, 25,534 runs and 577 wickets. Alright, let's talk about Jacques Kallis. This man could do it all. Whether it was batting or bowling, he was your go-to guy. Kallis has piled up 25,534 runs in his career. But wait, there's more. He also snagged 577 wickets. Can you believe it? It's like having the power of Superman and Batman combined in one cricketer. Just picture trying to match those stats. Young players coming up surely have their work cut out for them if they want to reach the heights Kallis did. Honestly, calling him an all-rounder feels like an understatement. 1. Sachin Tendulkar, 34,357 runs and 100 centuries. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. At the top of our list, it's the man, the myth, the legend or a magician, Sachin Tendulkar. 34,357 runs and 100 international centuries. He's been called the god of cricket, and you know what? It's easy to see why. Whenever he walked onto the pitch, it was like the world held its breath, but it wasn't just the massive numbers that made him great, it was how he made every run count, lifting his team and an entire nation with him. The atmosphere was electric, every single time. Frankly, it's hard to imagine anyone even getting close to those staggering records. Sachin's name is etched in history, and it looks like it's going to stay that way. Incredible, isn't it? We've just journeyed together through cricket's Hall of Fame, a place brimming with records that have truly shaken the world of sports. These are feats so mind-blowing, they've left both spectators and athletes stunned. So now, it's your turn to weigh in. Do you believe any of these seemingly invincible records could be shattered? Or perhaps there's a record you reckon should have earned a spotlight in our list? Don't hold back, let your voice be heard in the comments below. We're all ears for your perspective.